So in this video, we're going to be talking about something that Eric said over on Twitter that kind of blew up, and I'm going to be talking about the drama and the backlash behind it. But first, if you're new around here, give me a sub. So if you're unaware of what's been going on over on Twitter, I recommend you following me because I'll usually post updates and news and stuff about this community over there on Twitter before I make a whole video talking about it. So I recommend you following me over there. So to get some context behind what happened, essentially someone posted over on a Twitter community asking, would you go out with a person on a substance? And this is where Eric comes in, and what he said was a little weird and had everyone really mad, and rightfully. Eric ended up commenting on this post saying, top 3 I ever had was with a girl nodding off of nitrous at the same time. That's a yes every time. And just before I get into the rest of this video, you could probably tell why people are mad, because it's implying that she was, passed out when they started doing it, which is some Diddy level stuff. Now, I don't think Eric is a SAer based off, further context I want to talk about, but this comment is really weird. And what made this an even more, big thing and weird thing to say, even though what he said was pretty weird, was the fact that he said nothing about this for about 14 hours. He was making posts, he was commenting on other posts before even talking about this, even though there were a bunch of people, big people in the community talking about this. So it made it really, really more of a big thing, because he could have easily just, clarified, had context under his comment, and people probably wouldn't be talking about it as much as they are. Now, Eric did talk about this much later, about 15 hours, like I said, but what he said was not really a good way to handle it. Eric said in his response, had to delete the tweet and verify with old girls since people in here are effing weird. And he shows, screenshots of him talking with the supposed girl. Now, the reason why I said he didn't handle this well was because he called people who were mad at him weird, when there was a valid reason to be mad at him for what he said. He essentially said, I like doing girls who are nodding off of nitrous. Like, that's some weird stuff to say. Well, Eric ended up talking a little bit more about this situation a few hours later on his YouTube live stream, which I'll show you the clip of now.
Here's the explanation, guys. Here's the explanation. Just in case you see any crazy things on Twitter the next day, we're going to dead it. We're going to dead it right now, right here, once and for all. All right? There's a tweet that came out yesterday in a little community. All right? In a little community. And it said, first of all, it was a chick, super bad chick, like posted up with a double cup and something, went super viral. Quote tweet said, yo, would you a junkie ass girl? I replied, and I said, damn right I would. I have in the past. And I explain a story, which I've said on stream multiple times before. I've said this on stream multiple times before. Crazy ass. We remember the Zandemic phase. We remember the Whip It phases. Remember what I'm saying? I had a homegirl, bro, who was in it so deep she would DoorDash Whippets. She'd DoorDash that shit. And at the same time, while she'd DoorDash Whippets, she'd call me up and be like, yo, can you come while I do these Whippets? And I'd say, I'm on the fucking way. What are we talking about? Of course. Boom, get there. We get after it and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I make the tweet about it. All right, I make the tweet about it, and then people are coming at me crazy. People are saying, Eric, you assaulted her. People are saying, Eric, you did this to her. She couldn't consent. And I was like, she told me that. I was like, bro, she consented before, during, after. We did it multiple. Like, what? How much consent does a young man need these days? And this happened like 7, 8 years ago, whatever. But I was like, what? I was like, what are we? What? I was like, what? I got multiple layers of consent, damn near. But yeah, the only reason I would address it is because the amount of like tweets and shit that are coming about it is crazy, bro. I got people hitting me up that I haven't talked to in years. Hit me up this morning. Be like, bro, I'm seeing some crazy stuff about you. Like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, no way. I'm like, no way a silly ass tweet like this gets all crazy, bro. No way a silly ass tweet like this gets like, it was just like a silly ass. I was like, well, how does this? I was like, what? So just to make sure, I texted the girl this morning, bro. All right. And I posted that conversation. First of all, hilarious stuff. Look at that. Haven't texted her since October type shit. Said, hey, long time no talk. They're trying to call me the R word on Twitter because I told a story about us in the past. She said, hey, retard? First of all, I was like, bro, where are we at right now? Like, what is this society where R word is retard? Like, no way. I was like, no way. But anyway, I was like, nah, not that. Like, the other thing. She said, nah, it's weird. Look at that last text, though. Last text is crazy. Catch up. Let me know when you're in Austin. We can catch up. I mean, that's something. I ain't talked to this girl in a while. But nah, it's just absolutely insane things. But yeah, I had to post that to like clear the air. I gotta make this little announcement, clear the air. I think people kind of had a problem with the second part of the tweet, right? But I was just answering the question. So the second part of the tweet said, that's a yes every time. And I think people could like misconstrue that with some crazy.
Hold on, I had to pause the video real quick because what he just said there is completely wrong. People weren't mad at you because you said you would do it anytime. People were mad at you because you said she was nodding off. There's a big difference there.
I was answering the tweet. The tweet said, would you bitch? And I said, that's a yes every time. Every motherfucking time, bro. She asked me, and she hit me up 8 years later. She said, yeah, I still do whippets. I said, that's a little in the past, but you know what? I'm coming through. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, we're still cool. Like, I don't know how much more, like, you know what I'm saying? Just weird stuff. So I just had to dead it. Real quick. I had to get on the air. And, like, there's a lot of misconstrued things through text and the way people read things. So I just got to sit here and say. Just got to sit here and tell you.
So, conclusion to this video, I don't think Erick Khan is a SA'er, but how he handled this was so bad. Like, getting mad at people for having a valid reason to get mad at you is just like delusion. But as always, I want to know down in the comments what y'all think. Until next time, peace.
She said I could have it. 2016 little bitch, I'm a savage. Johnny Depp sue a bitch, make all the baggage. Then I feel like I'm a fucking bandit. RIP, just walk out perks in the cabinet. So my